It's time to get into an important topic for older guys on the dating scene, the red flags you should be on the lookout for. Now, dating at any age has its ups and downs, but there are some warning signs that are especially crucial for you to notice as you get older. That's why in today's video, I'm going to cover some red flags that if you recognize them early enough, can save you time, energy, and possibly heartbreak. So whether you're freshly on the dating scene or a dating veteran, these are the 11 red flags you should pay attention to as you become an OG. Now, if you're new here, welcome, Jeff, your Style OG. On this channel, we discuss various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating. If any or all those topics interest you, I invite you to subscribe, tap the notification bell, and join us. And to my returning friends like Ron Montague, salute. Now, first up on the list of the 11 dating red flags older guys need to pay attention to, does she have an extreme focus on your age? Now, this is definitely a warning sign because it can reveal some insecurities or some preconceived notions, especially preconceived notions about your capabilities or your wealth. When a woman you're dating is constantly referring to your age, it may reveal that she has some age-related expectations, or she might be dismissive of you or have some controlling behavior. That's because if she has an extreme focus on your age, she has these expectations that aren't related to you as an individual, but what she's done is put you in a box. And this fixation can prevent a genuine connection based on getting to know each other, trust, respect, as she may be more focused on the number rather than shared interests, goals, and priorities. You see, as an older guy, you should prioritize compatibility and respect, regardless of your age. And if you see she's constantly bringing up your age, that's definitely a red flag. And a kissing cousin to the red flag of an extreme focus on your age is this next one. Is there a constant focus on status and wealth? This is definitely a red flag my older guys need to pay attention to, because it might indicate the woman is more interested in financial gain than actually a genuine connection. You see, if a woman prioritizes wealth and social standing over getting to know you, it may suggest that her motivations are transactional rather than personal and looking for a relationship. And what you find out is if you're dating a woman who has an overemphasis on wealth or status, it can lead to an imbalanced dynamic. And what can happen to you? You're going to be stressed out. You're going to feel pressured to live up to these financial expectations. And this would definitely overshadow what you should be looking for, a genuine connection. Recognizing this red flag early can make sure that she has interest in you based on truly who you are, not for what you have. And this can help you foster authentic, healthier relationships. Now, closely related to those last two warning signs is our next red flag. You want to make sure you're not with a woman who's always requesting gifts and luxury experiences. This is definitely a huge warning sign of our last red flag. Too much of a focus on wealth and social status. You see, if a woman is always expecting luxury gifts, dinners, and experiences, this might reveal she's more interested in a lifestyle than a partnership. And if you're an older guy who's looking for genuine companionship, this can be hugely off-putting. And it should be, because this pursuit of extravagant experiences puts a lot of pressure on you. You will feel a lot of pressure to continuously fund or keep up with this luxurious lifestyle. It's very important that the woman you're hanging out with, she wants to hang out with you no matter what you're doing. Yes, sometimes you're gonna do some higher end things, nothing wrong with that, but it shouldn't be all the time. Dating should be about getting to know each other, not something that's transactional. And mutual respect over experiences is paramount, especially as you get older. And this might indicate the next red flag you need to pay attention to. Does the woman you're dating have an unwillingness to share responsibility? This is a huge red flag because it might suggest a lack of interest in building a balanced and shared relationship. Especially as an older guy, most of us, we know what we want. We want something that's beneficial for both, mutually beneficial. And if you're around a woman that you sense doesn't have a willingness to share responsibilities, whether we're talking about emotional, mental, or financial, this will wind up making you feel exhausted and unfulfilled. Trust me, behavior can easily lead to one-sided dynamics where you're expected to do everything, like I said, in all categories. And having to carry all these loads by yourself, it's frustrating. If you're having a woman who's willing to pitch in all the categories we're talking about, that's someone you should be interested in. That's going to ensure you're building a relationship based on mutual respect and mutual effort. Now, next up is a dating red flag that's important to pay attention to for fellas, no matter what age you are. Do you recognize some inconsistent communication? And now if you're dealing with someone who doesn't have consistent communication, what this can indicate is a lack of interest and reliability. When a woman is frequently changing her communication pattern, what it can lead to is you feeling confused, and it can leave you guessing about the relationship. Nobody wants to be in that situation. Inconsistent communication can lead to a one-sided relationship where you feel undervalued or perhaps manipulated. If you prioritize transparency and commitment, consistent communication is essential to building that. And I need you to understand this. When a woman is interested in you, you're not gonna have to fight for her attention. She will communicate. So it's very important for you to recognize this red flag early to prevent some emotional strain. And this will help you ensure that you're in a relationship that's grounded in a mutual respect and open communication. And that leads us to our next red flag that's piggybacks on inconsistent communication. You want to make sure you pay attention if she never wants to have deep or personal conversation. Now, this is a crucial red flag for you to recognize because it might indicate a lack of willingness to build a deep, genuine connection. When a woman consistently steers clear of deep or personal conversations, she's avoiding building that connection. It's that simple. It may indicate she's only interested in surface level things. And if you're there for the same reason, okay. But most of us, as we get older, we're looking to build something more substantial, something more meaningful. In avoiding personal conversations, you can't get to know each other. And another thing, if she doesn't want to have personal conversations, you might have to face the facts. She's not really interested, or she might have something to hide. And when you don't have this open communication, it can easily lead to you being frustrated, feeling pushed away. So as you're getting to know a woman, over time, the conversation should be deeper, more personal. If not, that's definitely a red flag. Now we're going to get into a red flag you definitely should notice as the relationship continues to develop. Do you notice that she's avoiding long-term commitment? This is definitely a crucial red flag because it will indicate a reluctance to invest in a meaningful relationship. And if that's what you're there for, you gotta pay attention to that. You see, if you're dating a woman, especially over an extended period of time, and she avoids long-term commitment, it may indicate she's only there for casual dating, which is cool, but it also may indicate some deep-seated personal issues. And if you're someone who's seeking a long-term commitment, this will lead to emotional strain and frustration on your end. See, most of us guys, we don't want to waste time as we get older. We want a long-term commitment. You don't want to be the only one making the emotional investment. If she's always avoiding long-term commitment and conversations about it, unless you're there to just have fun, trust me, this will prevent potential growth and have you in a one-sided dynamic void of mutual commitment. So if you're there for something serious and she isn't, move on. It's a red flag. Now we're going to get into a red flag that's on the opposite end of the spectrum. You want to pay attention if you see quick declarations of love. In other words, you got to pay attention to potential love bombing. Quick declarations of love, especially when you first get to know a woman, is definitely a red flag because of what it might indicate. It might actually indicate a lack of genuine connection. If the woman doesn't really know you, why is she having these quick declarations? If it feels like she's expressing her love prematurely, it might indicate she's just infatuated, not really into the real you. You haven't built a real connection. She's invested in the feelings, not the true you. And this type of impulsive behavior might actually indicate some underlying problems. Or even worse, it might indicate a desire to manipulate the situation based on emotional control. Now, I'm not saying you can't build a great, deep connection pretty early on in a relationship, but it doesn't happen very often. So just like avoiding long-term commitment can be a problem, so can quick declarations of love. Now, next up is a crucial red flag only us older guys have to be aware of. Are you noticing she does frequent comparisons of you to younger men? That's a huge problem. You see, if she's constantly comparing you to younger men, this might indicate some dissatisfaction or some unrealized expectation. You see, if a woman is constantly comparing you to younger men or bringing the topic of younger men up, this might indicate that she idealizes youth. Or it also might indicate she's looking for something older men she believes don't possess, like certain physical attribute or a certain lifestyle. And trust me, these frequent comparisons, what they can do to you is lead to feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt. And this will make you feel disrespected. For a relationship to thrive, both people have to respect who you are right now, not based on comparison or age-based expectation. So if she's frequently comparing you to young men, you can't do anything about your age. That's a red flag. Now for our next red flag, we're staying in the realm of disrespect. It's definitely a red flag no matter what age a guy is if she's flirting with other men. This is a huge indicator of a lack of respect and a lack of commitment as well. You see, if a woman that you're with is constantly flirting with other men, it reveals a lack of interest in you and a potential relationship. She's not invested in building a deeper connection with you. Huge red flag. And what this will lead to on your part, you'll have feelings of mistrust, a lack of respect, insecurity, all of which are detrimental to the possibility of a healthy relationship. If a woman respects you, she's focused on you. So if you're an older guy who's dating, who's looking for stability, security, reliability, and most importantly, respect, you must notice this red flag right away and head for the hills. You want to cut her off and seek relationships based on mutual respect, understanding, and loyalty. Now, next up is, in my opinion, one of the most crucial red flags you should be aware of. Are you dealing with a woman who's using emotional manipulation? Now, this is a huge warning sign because it might indicate you're with a woman who has a tendency to control or exploit emotion for her personal gain. So how does this behavior manifest itself? Through guilt trips, playing a victim, or making you feel ultimately responsible for her happiness. That's not your job. When you're in a relationship, the job of both people is to add happiness to each other's life, not give it. And these emotional manipulation techniques can undermine trust, respect, and honest interactions, which are all essential for a healthy relationship. So if you're looking for stability and honesty, this is a red flag that is crucial you notice early on. This can help you avoid toxic dynamics and emotional stress. You don't need that as you get older. So if you recognize you're with a woman who's using emotional manipulation, it's a relationship dead end.